Assalamu alaikum, you're watching Views and News and I'm Faisal Rahman live from our Islamabad studios. Today we'll be talking about this corona global outbreak. Now, it seems that the problem is really getting much bigger than we all expected and anticipated. Look at the kind of precautionary measures the United States of America has taken. Look at what Britain is doing. You talk about countries like Netherlands, Austria, France, Spain, Italy. I mean, I'm just giving you a few examples. The entire countries are under proper lockdown. Even in Sindh today, I'm really happy to hear that the government of Sindh has announced a complete shutdown of the restaurants and primarily the shopping malls where the physical contact normally gets a little more than usual. So they're trying to avoid as much as is possible regarding the physical contact. I mean, obviously, whether certain people call it some kind of an isolation or maybe some sort of a quarantine. But having said that, things are pretty serious. Today there was this news that the PSL has been called off till the further orders. There is not going to be any semi-final. They were all scheduled for today and the final was supposed to be played on Wednesday tomorrow. But it has been delayed now. It has also been learnt that Alex Hales, most likely the opener of England and one of the main batsmen of Karachi Kings, he has shown some symptoms of this virus most likely. So it means that there could be other players who could have gotten this virus too. Maybe the other staff, the players, all those he was in touch with primarily. And God knows what exactly is happening. You talk about the issue of Taftan. How many people were practically checked or rather filtered? That is another huge question mark. You talk about the numbers which has risen from 6 to 26 in a day in Punjab, and I'm sure that is going to multiply as well. That should be not neglected, and I think one has to really take some very strict measures in order to make sure that all those who are infected or there is a potential that they can get infected should stay away. And the quarantine, self-quarantine or self-isolation should be mandatory. Schools have been closed, universities have been closed, no weddings are taking place, no seminars are being conducted. Primarily, if you look at UAE and Saudi Arabia, people can't even gather in the mosques for the prayers. So that is again one of the major precautionary measures. I mean, because you talk about the distance. If somebody sneezes, somebody coughs, I mean, that is a problem. But one has to be very careful. Keep your hands clean, use hand sanitizers, use masks. That's why they're important, and that's why there's an absolute scarcity of masks in Pakistan. The reason is that maybe the minister or the advisor to the Prime Minister on Health says that no masks are required, but look at what the entire globe is doing. I think we should learn from the globe rather than the advisor, because I think masks, they should be mandatory for everyone. Look at the condition, how the Chinese have been able to control this. I think that's not a joke. That is a lesson which the whole entire globe needs to learn from them. But those measures versus the kind of implementation of measures in Pakistan, they're poles apart. So we always believe in God may help us, and that is it primarily. To talk about this, we have with us in our studio on my right is Rauf Hassan Saab, the senior analyst. Thank you very much. And we have with us Dr. Kamran Naqi Khan Saab. He's a senior strategist. Thank you very much. And we also have with us Irfan Khori Saab, who's a senior journalist, a known writer as well, sir. Thank you very much. Rauf Saab, number one, sir. Coronavirus outbreak started in December 19, January, February, now March. A lot of people thought that maybe the hot weather could play a major role and, you know, this virus could diminish on its own. But, sir, as we speak, the numbers are ticking. And it is pretty alarming. The look at the number of people who died in Italy, Spain, France, China, obviously, we all believe that.
UK now.
And UK as well, sir. And the President of the United States of America calls it a Chinese virus now. God knows what is the origin, but what I'm saying is, whether it's Chinese or it's Dutch or it's Russian, it's killing people all over the world, sir. Your take.
I think we were slow to take off. We have to concede that. We were slow to take off. But I think now we have reached a point where we have taken, we are taking actually adequate measures. But we are deficient in terms of the quality of care that we are taking. That you know, you yourself compared, you know, what we can do in this country as compared to what other countries can do in their respective countries. We're far behind, far behind, both in the level of sophistication of equipment that we have, and number two, in the level of care that we are actually capable of extending to such a hydra. There are three stages basically that we must go through. First and foremost is the awareness. I feel that there are certain deficiencies, because this should have been the top priority of the government. They should have created awareness, among the people regarding what the scourge is all about and how can it be controlled.
Now the problem is then again, people come up on television screen, the government representatives primarily, and they said, well, awareness is good, but let's not create panic.
So I was
so
actually,
panic is isn't it associated with awareness?
No. When you create awareness, you're not creating panic. Panic is something which is totally different. You say that it's positive awareness. That look, there is this scourge, but it is controllable. But you must let people know exactly what are the symptoms, how do they occur, and what are the steps that they must take in case they feel that they have the symptoms, of corona. So this is awareness, and then is of course sensitization, which is stage number 2. When you sensitize people, because basically we happen to be a very carefree kind of people, like you said, you put your faith in Allah, that Allah is going to protect you. Yes, Allah will protect you, but Allah also ordains that you take adequate measures, you take effective measures, to look after yourself. That is where we are very deficient. So sensitization and convincing people and making them making them, sensitizing them about the fact, that they themselves have to look after their health. And of course, after awareness, they would also be told about the steps, that they must take. And third, of course, is to create preventive measures, to adopt preventive measures. I feel that, yes, we have taken some now. There's certain things happening. Yes, the government of Sindh has also taken some measures. The government of Punjab has also taken some measures. The federal government is also, I think, in the process of doing things. But something, that you talked about, and I would like to talk about that also, and I hope our viewers don't mind that. The first and fundamental thing that I would have done was to close down the mosques, because that is where this corona can spread more quickly than anywhere else. There are no masks being held at the Vatican. The Saudis have closed down the mosques. Other countries have also closed down the mosques.
For example.
Why is it that we are not doing it? That is fundamental. I mean, without closing the mosques.
Chief Minister of Punjab says, well, they will not be shut.
Well, I'm sorry.
Whereas the Ulama Council's chairperson, the chairman, he has said that, they should do this.
I am going to hold the Chief Minister of Punjab responsible for any deaths that occur because of that. I mean, you see, we all have our faith. There's nothing, but you also have to take these measures. And you see, when you really touch each other, when you're standing so close to one another,
somebody's sneezing, somebody's coughing, exactly.
Who has the thing, and it's going to pass on to the whole lot. Like getting into a plane today is the most dangerous thing to do, because exactly similar conditions are created within the plane. You're very close to one another, sitting next to each other. Somebody sneezes, all of you catch it. So I think the government must take immediate measures to close down the shops. And let me tell you, in this time of technology, the government can organize that the Jummah Khutbah, for example, will be telecast on Pakistan Television Corporation. And all of you people, all of us, we can say the prayers, in our respective homes. It is the same in this age of technology. Nothing is impossible. You can do it. The stations of the Pakistan Broadcasting Corporation can transmit the khutbah, and people can hear it in the villages. Everybody has an antenna. Wherever you go in this country, virtually 97-98% people have television sets in their homes.
Absolutely.
So, make use of the facilities that you have, and for God's sake, don't subject people to this through lethargic decision making and taking exceptions, because that
if you're not infected, you can get infected, and if you are already infected and you do not know because the symptoms have not appeared, still you're a carrier because of quarantine period.
Yeah, that's right.
Or the incubation period is about 14-15 days. Until the time the real symptoms appear, it's too late. And how many people you've been in touch with, and if they have gotten the virus, then how many other people are in touch with those people? It's a compound effect.
Absolutely.
And nobody can control. Kamran Naqi Saab, the kind of measures, look at I'm not saying the kind of resources which the US has, we have them. But sir, for example, we are importing the kits now. Mm-hmm. And whatever the number is, looking at the total population of Pakistan, this could have been done much earlier. Your advisor to the Prime Minister comes in our show and says, well, there is no need to wear a mask. And he said himself that I've been visiting certain hospitals without wearing a mask. When I put this question that nobody's wearing gloves, nobody's using a mask, he said it's not necessary. But I failed to understand the rest of the entire globe is following a different strategy, and we are moving in a different, opposite direction, sir. Naqi Saab.
Yes, regarding this coronavirus, there is a lot of research so far conducted, and McKenzie and other Mohammed Alin and others have identified some of the important scenarios. So when we see the type of measures we are taking, then compared to extraordinary measures taken by the Chinese government, and you can see that after 3 months they are in the position to restart the economy.
Absolute
Yeah.
lockdown, sir.
So this is
Of
an
6.5
extraordinary
crore people in
this is what
China.
authoritarian or totalitarian, whatever the measures were taken, but these were the required measures. And as a result, number two is regarding social behavior or pro-social behavior. When we are talking about this, the Chinese people were very much aware about it, and they were concerns, and they were too much concerned how to manage it. And then the other communities in the Chinese where this was not transmitted, they were also taken initiative at the community level. So that kind of institutionalization is not in many parts of the world also, and that is one of the reason that China has very successfully managing this crisis now. Despite the fact the billions of dollars, more than $200 billion they have invested in February and yesterday $14 billion again. And more than $1 trillion so far developed economies have pumped in, and just see yesterday how the New York Dow Jones and rest of the other markets also. So that is an economic anxiety.
8.6
Yes.
billion euros
Yes.
initial pumping in.
Right.
You talk about England. Look at the amount they're injecting there in their economy.
Yes.
Whereas in Pakistan, we heard that 4 million rupees kind of a budget was allocated.
Okay.
in
Coming back to
Balochistan.
then, second is
You don't even get a Honda Accord in that price, Honda Civic in that price, sir. And you're talking about
so
1
this is
crore
one
people in
okay.
such a huge province.
So second scenario is like Korea and other steps that McKenzie reported about the research, and they have taken very methods of sophisticated methods, established methods, and they have well managed it in Singapore and also Taiwan. So this is the recovery of economic recovery will take some time. Then third is where our countries like Pakistan, they are already institutions are weak, health system is very weak, and the kind of measures we are taking, then our social behavior, our social communication. By yes, social awareness or communication may help you. It created awareness, but it will not translate that awareness into behavior or action. So that action requires a lot of engagement of the community. So that kind of engagement is missing. And when we are talking about economic activity and then coronavirus, so it is totally two opposite things. Coronavirus is stopping all those interaction, social engagement, isolation. So it is going for a isolation. Societies and communities going towards isolation, where economic activity is very much dependent on interaction and social activity. So just imagine how it
So
will
primarily
be
what they are
impacted.
trying to do is to minimize or
Right.
totally put a stop
Yes.
to the physical contact.
Yes.
So if I want to do some business
That
with
is
you, I
that is
can
a
always talk
model.
to you
That
over
is
the
a
phone, or
mo-
we can
that
have
is that is a
a
model.
video conference or something.
That is a model which is Center for Disease and Control and Americans are using it instead of going for. So how to minimize that curve, and so by number of incidents, how we can reduce it by reducing by going for self quarantine or quarantine and closing the institutions, shops, malls, and just a few an hour ago, New York, the governor was there and he said, "I'm taking the responsibility for closing all these things. It is essential." Whereas we have another model.
He said, I'm not going to quarantine the city.
Right.
I heard it. I heard him on television.
But I've
said
also
the
heard
But
that
he
UK
called-
is also adopting a very different policy.
Right.
He,
So
he
if-
said, I'm not going to follow the President Trump's policy. I am not going to quarantine. Very, very, very categorical.
But he asked for help from army and military for establishing a hospital and so on. So we can compare it. Just see we are totally experiencing a new situation where we have not yet experienced anywhere in the world. So the aftermath of this will be totally different than kind of crisis we had in 2008 or in 1988 or depression of 1930, right? So as far as Pakistan's economy is concerned, in an interview, Imran Khan, I overheard it in the news that he said that IMF and World Bank and developed economies should consider exemption and for debt forgiveness.
Yeah, today I read that story.
Debt forgiveness, and IMF is also coming up with a big plan for how to overcome this crisis. And there a new format have been introduced, that is a virtual format. So there is the next meeting will be held on the virtual format, and all those things.
Makes a lot of sense. Yes, why not?
Yes. So these so when we are comparing Pakistan, so Pakistan's definitely fortunately our oil prices gone down, and as a result we may get some relief of $1 and $1.6 billion. And State Bank has unfortunately reduced 75 basis point. It means
Which is nothing. People were expecting 0.5 to
I was
2.5%.
I was expecting it was at least it should be 11%. It should not be. It should be 11%. But again, the
United Kingdom,
but
despite
Governor
pumping in a huge amount of money.
I'm not economist.
Interestingly, sir, 0.75% was their interest rate. They loaded to 0.25. In US, it's 0% now.
Faisal Sahab, I'm
That's how you
Faisal
take
Sahab,
the
I'm not economist. My area is strategy, but I will advise the governor and all our advisors to the finance that kindly explore some new solutions, because of the reason that kind of situation we are experiencing, totally it is different, and our methodology of current conventional methodology or business simulation modeling will not work. So
I understand. Now, sir, moving on to you now, sir, that, Gauri Saab, I'm sure you've been following this story, witnessing this. Initially, we all thought, okay, this is something which originated from China and will remain within the borders of China. But no, sir, that's not possible. Obviously, people are traveling. By the time you get to know that you have symptoms, it's too late. Look at these statements coming from the UN. Now they believe the epicenter is in Europe. Because the way it's multiplying and exploding. So countries like Pakistan, for that matter, I fail to understand if there are cases in India, there are cases in Afghanistan, there are a lot of cases in Iran, I think number 3 country as far as the total deaths are concerned. How come we were so clean and so safe? Because we were not aware, we had no clue, we had no numbers, we had no precautionary measures. I mean, if that person who was brought in from the Taftan side, I mean, there were about 24 people around him and making selfies and taking, for God's sake, is this what you do? As if he's treating somebody, who's won a World Cup or something. But my point is, sir, that certain strict measures should be in place. Why not to impose 144? Or if certain areas are sensitive, impose, no, sir, the proper 144. I mean, everybody's out. You go, is this 144? I mean, this is maybe just in the books.
St. Louis is full of
This is exactly what I'm saying. You're using the same lift. I was listening to an interview of this Pakistani guy living in France, and he got that, sir. And he was told that, well, you have this positive, and he was put in a hospital, and he's recovering now. But whatever he told before, that this is the kind of equipment I needed to be at the stage that I'm at least getting better. Do you think you'll be having that kind of ventilators? And those people, I can assure you, sir, even in top class hospitals in Islamabad, private hospitals, very few people do actually know how to operate a proper ventilator, how to maintain the saturation level, the oxygen level, how much oxygen should be pumped according to the age and the disease and the kind of virus. And then you see and you bring it down to 98, 97, and then eventually you. But most of these people are actually getting viruses from one mask to another. Because same mask is being used. I mean, these are the things you need to understand, sir.
Yes, Faisal, thank you very much. I think it's not only us, world at large. They didn't take it that seriously. Even President Trump, he used to say that it's a foreign virus. That is what we have been
He tweeted
hearing.
it's a Chinese virus.
Chinese virus, foreign virus. and even in Europe, in Italy, till recently, their playgrounds and all the activities were going on. And in our case, I think we had, as in your beginning you had said that we had 3 months and we had very close proximity with China. And then lots of Chinese are coming due to this CPAC thing, and many Pakistanis are going. And for us, we had thousands of students there in China. And there is a group, and they added me as well, and I was hearing, you know, and they were appealing to the government of Pakistan for evacuation and all that. But at least it was a good thing that that, you know, they at that time, though it was criticized that the Pakistani government, they should have brought them back, but we should have been more sensitized. Unfortunately, the whole region, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, who have very close proximity, the number of cases that have been reported now, I'm unable to believe that this is the actual number. One thing is that we have this callous attitude, you know, if somebody is having symptoms of that, they usually consider that this is a common cold. Nobody wants to go in, you know, in hospitals.
But it's the other way around these days. Even if somebody is having common cold.
No, but that is
my own son. He was sneezing this morning and
but
cried.
that is
I'm okay.
That is a
Fine.
segment of population. That is the segment of population. But usually the people, this is their attitude. You talk to the people, and I mean our religious, as already been discussed, that, you know, I mean, if you talk to somebody and say that this is the time where you have to be very careful, but they would say, I mean, it's a religious obligation, so we are not going to do that. As far as these resources, allocation of resources, do you know how many ventilators we have, Faisal, all over the country?
Sir, I'm sure
It's less than 2,000.
Yeah,
all over the country. That's a story published recently.
2,000 versus 20 crore, so 200 million. So you can well
And
say.
and the beds hospital, I mean the beds in hospitals available. And the other thing that we have been doing, that all those patients, they are going to the same emergencies where every other patient is already there for checkup.
So
that
one
means
ventilator for 100,000 people, if that is fully operational.
yes, if in that case. So this is the
I just did the math.
So this is the state of, I mean, preparation we have. And then above that, this social media thing, I've been seeing so many, I mean, conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory being circulated on social media, and there is nobody, you know, I mean, even the people, some Hakims, they would be selling their, you know, I mean, remedies, somebody.
A
So the
dentist
people
was caught in Karachi yesterday. He said that he had the vaccination for corona.
So, and the people, I mean, the people, they just spread it. Instead of creating the awareness and sensitizing the people in a positive way, that how it is, as you said, the use of mask, it's very important that once you use it, you have to properly dispose it off. Otherwise, if you just throw it in the bed or you just throw it in your room, that means if you have, you know, caught that virus, you are spreading it in whole your family.
Absolutely.
So the people are not that sensitized yet. So there is, and one thing was that creating awareness, positive awareness, and the other was that how much resources we have been allocating, and we, as we say, you yourself said that the provincial and the federal allocation so far, it seems like, you know, the budget we already had, and plus that the number of kits that have been, nobody knows even how many number of kits we have right now. So once, I mean, and this is something which has, you know, you have seen the graph going, it's exponentially, you know, it goes up when you start. So
What I fear the most,
exact
Wali Sahab,
numbers-
is that there are patients with positive corona results, right? Because they're not being tested. Unfortunately, the issue is that one has to understand. For example, I'm not saying that put everybody under. So this is the problem, unfortunately.
And
Most of
today,
the,
and you know, today
again,
there
the
was
minister was
an
saying 67%
announcement.
of the population is in the villages. So what do you mean? I mean, people who in the villages can't get this?
The problem is that, you know, Have you finished?
No, no,
I think you should finish first.
Yeah, even today there was an announcement, or rather it was an official something sort of thing, that one person has died due to corona, and everybody, in the media you have seen that. Then the reports came
That it wasn't corona.
it wasn't corona. So this is the level of, and that was coming from the official sources. So in such a situation, you have to have a proper, national strategy. It's not something that, taking it the way we have been taking it so far, and just, having some few cosmetic measures, it would do well. You have to have something, and then economically, I mean, I'm not going into macro economy, but you go for, for the daily wages, what we have the strategy, if we have, something spreads like that, I mean, the people, thousands and thousands of people,
The
they are
Sindh
daily
government has
wages
announced
here.
that they will
They are-
be sending food. So the cases with the KPK government, that they'll be sending a certain amount of food to the family of those who are suffering. So a little bit of help, but not enough.
No, but not enough. You would have to have these
result-oriented
things,
idea.
because when you talk about Britain, I mean, if somebody is not earning something, they have a social security system. Here, the people would be forced to go, otherwise they would strive, because there are millions of people who just, they make.
I mean, if they have this BISP, instead of giving it every month, just calculate that money and give them once and all for the next 3 months.
There can be
I mean,
many,
you can do. I mean, where there's a will, there is a way, sir. Sir, Rauf Saab.
Yeah, you see, basically what I'm looking at, what I'm scared about is the economic effect of all this. A lot of industries are crashing. The airline industry is crashing, the stock exchanges have crashed, otherwise the restaurant industry is crashing, There's so much else basically which is happening, and that is going to create massive unemployment, and I think we just are not able to deal with that kind of situation. So yes, we have certain
Your
like has been
remittances are
pointed out.
shrinking.
Huh?
Remittances.
We obviously
Your tourism wasn't
quite
that much, but
obviously.
still, sir.
And it is possible, that somebody was talking about it. I had a discussion with them that maybe, it could lead to some of the Pakistani labor force, repatriated. There is a possibility and prospect of that, because
From the Middle East?
So with those countries, that's
No,
right.
from Saudi
that's
Arabia, already 35,000.
Particularly Saudi Arabia, because I understandably there are reports circulating, that the labor force is responsible for the spread of this virus there, and it's a very convenient alibi for them, and these Bedouins possibly would be quite comfortable
Because
doing that
primarily
and
we have
pinning
seen
the
that
blame on others.
at least 16, 20 people are living in one dormitory primarily, using the same bathroom or the other facilities. So there is a very high probability, yes,
That's
they could be
absolutely
right.
so.
yeah.
If they are repatriated, that is going to create a different kind of problem. So the economic consequences of this, are going to be mammoth. Tourism industry, for example, that the world is,
Almost
so the
50
world,
billion
like
a
it has
month.
been said, that the Western world is investing a lot of money, to ease things out for the economy as well as for the people. We just don't have the kind of resources. We just don't have the kind of resources.
what
And I
will we
think
do,
what,
sir,
what the
if
Prime
this-
Minister said in his interview today is very appropriate. Is very appropriate. I think it is the international organizations. We are a highly indebted country. We're a highly indebted country. Unfortunately, because of misgovernance and over here stretching back to decades. We have just piled up the debt. So you would not be able to generate that kind of money from here, because you see, with the economy depleting in the next few months and years maybe, you will need external help, not in shape of loans, definitely not in shape of loans, but maybe in shape of the international organizations that you are currently indebted to, either renegotiating the payment schedule, or then writing off some of the debt of the developing countries. And I think it's very appropriate, very timely, and very apt. But most importantly, that's something that he brought up, and I feel that it's so essential. It is the case of Iran. Nobody wants to talk about it because not even basic medical facilities are not available in that country, because that country is
isolated in a way, sir. It's been like, look at the level of restrictions imposed.
He made
on
an
them.
appeal to the world. I think it was wonderful of him. And said it's you must help the country on a humanitarian basis. Fine, even if those restrictions
You
remain.
could disagree
but
with
you
their
can't.
foreign policy,
Yeah, that's right.
but people are people at the end of the
So
day.
there's the human in him basically who spoke. So I think both the things that he did were very appropriate and very timely. But what I'm really, more than anything else, I'm scared about is the attitude of us as a nation, as a bunch of people, basically. We're not very sensitive to these kind of things, because of our faith in the God as we look at him, basically, that, well, it's up to him, and, there's little that we can do about it. I think we must try to do something about it. I don't think we can do it in a day or a week or a month or even a year, but basically that maybe we should learn from it now, and we should try a process, of educating people, along enlightened lines. That look, fine, faith is faith, but there are things that you have to do yourself. You can't always bank on God to help you. I mean, yes, you can pray to God, but you must do things that you need to do, which God is not going to do for you, but you are going to do for yourself. I feel that that is going to be possibly the most basic and the most fatal failure of this nation. They are not going to come round, and I've spoken to people in the last 3-4 days, and I stepped out and I've spoken to people, of course, keeping my safe distance from them. I have seen that bulk of them suffer from this malaise. They're still not aware. They're still not sensitive to the fact, that it can just peak, and they can all be caught in this.
And interestingly,
and they do it with a smile. They said, "Fine, it'll come, it'll pass." That is where even the government cannot do anything in the immediate future. But it's the government's responsibility to take a note of it and to chalk out a strategy that this nation becomes more sensitive to doing things on its own, and to follow what is communicated to them. The role of the social media, as my dear friend has brought up, I totally agree with him. I think it's so negative, it is so exaggerated, and the scare that the media is spreading now, not the social media, but even the mainstream media is spreading, that is so unnecessary. Everybody who is an anchor, basically, he's become a corona expert overnight. I mean, he's pontificating like, he knows more about it than anybody else. And he, contrary to...
A week ago, they were all F-16 test pilots because they were talking about that.
They were all making, guesses about why did it crash, knowing nothing about a plane, knowing nothing about flying. So this other attitude, where we have become virtual pontiffs, without knowing anything about what you need to do, and to deliver instructions, to issue instructions, to speak instructions, which are contrary to what people should be doing. I think this is creating a lot of confusion, and it is aggravating the crisis, and I think the government has the necessary institutions, to ensure that this kind of disinformation is not spread. I think it is very, very basic. But at the end of the day, we all have to knit ourselves together as a nation and face it, because it is a collective cause. It is not that the Sindh government is going to do it as an entity and the Punjab government is going to do it as an entity. It is that all of us have to do it together, and that is the only way to come out of
now,
it.
Naqi Saab, if you remember, 8th October 2005. Now the interesting part is, sir, in 2005, we all witnessed something very, very horrific, sir. So many people who could have been cured. I mean, what I'm saying is that by having proper facilities, the limbs or certain areas couldn't be, they could have been taken care of, those patients, for sure. Just because of the lack of facility. I mean, I've seen people who were injured lying in the corridors in PIMS. And eventually, if you remember, people were not supposed to go there and see what's exactly going on. Army hospitals all over Pakistan, so primarily wherever the facilities were. But I still remember I spoke to a lot of orthopedic surgeons, even in PIMS, and they said, we have got these machines, these are old machines, we can't drill properly through the bones and all. We were exposed. Just one building fell in Islamabad, and I swear upon God, the capacity of CDA was right in front of us. Thank God to Mr. Alvi of this Hakas group and other people, including my friend Chaudhry Zaid and Asim. They were able to gather a certain amount of machines, and they had stopped their projects just to look after these affairs. We were exposed. But sir, you were talking about one operation, and you were talking about a certain SOP in that case. No viral transmission. Still there was chaos. Sir, over here you're talking about
community transmission.
Absolutely. How will we manage that? Is there any plan, or just the statements would do enough for us, sir?
The most important challenge is the community transmission, how to manage it. So there should be a methodology of complete imposition, like the China is doing. This is one model is available. Then second is complete testing. That is not possible at the moment. We don't have that much of kits available. And number three is we don't have a data. Data means we have a clinical data, means those patients who are reaching or who have
Reported
been
and are
reported,
confirmed positive.
confirmed positive, or they have reached to the clinic and they have been diagnosed some kind of flu or something, and then the process is started. But we have not, and those who have not, so we don't have a patient data. So that is another important challenge. So we don't have a very strong institutions, health institutions established, financial, our health systems available, so that we can report those data to the district and to the provinces, and that is one of the biggest challenge. So that has this very big socioeconomic anxiety resulting, and definitely that will undermine our economic activities.
One
and
should
all
be
that.
aware of the misinformation,
Right,
actually.
misinformation.
That is also
So
the case.
misinformation is because of the reason there is, I mean,
Sir,
that
there,
is
there are myths
there is
also.
a
For
lack
example,
of
a lot of people say
responsibility.
if the temperature is going to rise
That is
beyond 25 to 27 degrees, things will be fine. But sir,
No, no, no,
it is
look
not
at what
going
is
to-
no,
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 it's-
it's
the
The contrary view is Australia, 40 degrees plus.
There you go.
Spreading.
Then
That's what I'm saying.
It has not been yet proved. It has not yet been proved. This is all expectations or estimate. But the kind of I'm not epidemiologist, but whatever the report are coming, whatever the discussions are coming, they say it's a totally a different kind of strain and having a mutation, quick mutation. So definitely there are some reoccurrence also there. So we don't have. So the only thing. As far as Pakistan is concerned or the world is concerned, the most important thing is safety of the people, and the safety of the people lies in the how we can take responsibility of the way we were discussing how the preventive measures. That is one solution. And second is the immunization process. We don't have the vaccine. So economic prosperity of Pakistan, economic prosperity of the world is dependent on the vaccine. That is what the solution is. And as far as vaccine is not there, anxiety of economic anxiety and socioeconomic anxiety will further enhance. So that will further result into more chaos, more uncertainty. So we are totally experiencing a totally different situation. So where everybody is very much apprehensive about the tomorrow, about the what would happen. Like people are, at least we have not seen that kind of panic of buying things and so on and so forth. There is a demand contraction.
Look what is happening in USA.
USA, but
Shelves are empty. I mean, for
so
the senior citizens, I mean, they're planning something else now.
because of the
So
reason.
this is what happens. People
uncer-
fighting
so-
over toilet papers, imagine.
Yes.
So, because we have not yet internalized or experienced a situation which people are now experiencing it, and as a result, on the basis of their experience, they will make further future decisions.
All right.
Right.
Now, Gauri Saab, the global coronavirus recession, as you earlier were also talking about, has it started, sir? I mean, can you, because if, for example, if the factories, schools, restaurants, train stations, airlines, everything is shut for 15 days.
Mosques.
So, exactly.
Very
so that
important.
means
But
let's not keep it out.
4% of
But
people.
one thing is very important. We should the British government is going NHS is going with a different model.
They said let everybody get exposed. Increase
Develop
your immunity.
Natural, they are going for a new conservative treatment. Develop your own immunity.
Yeah.
So that is another
I
model.
mean, let's see. I mean, I'm sure I really
So
look
that
up
is
to the
the-
British people.
NHS,
I mean, they have ruled the world. They have some
but
serious-
NHS is considered as one of the best system in the world as far as health is concerned, and they have.
What about the elderly or those who
elderly.
need
Very,
stress? I mean, there are
very,
multiple.
very vulnerable.
Very
elderly
vulnerable.
are
Sir.
very
I mean, how
vulnerable.
many people will?
most of
I
the-
mean, okay, if you
yes.
want that people with lesser level of immunity,
mortality rate
mortality
of
rates will go.
in
Definitely. This is
Italy
what I was
high.
surprised to see that,
Yeah.
that yet UK is following a very opposite model.
Opposite model.
Bulk of the mortality rate in Italy is for the 80 plus.
80,
plus.
70, 80
Mostly
plus.
weak
So they're letting them
Weak
die
immunity
actually.
or-
You know, they're not even trying to sort of save them.
Because now they're looking at the age also. The younger, the better. Sir, global recession now.
Yeah, Faisal, I think its impact is already being felt, and in
Capital
weeks
markets
and-
primarily.
Yes, in capital markets and everywhere, and you know the tourism industry has already been mentioned, and the restaurants and
Everything.
I mean many other industries. In our case, you would see, I mean, already we had those like in PIA, if the flights are closed, it's already about to be bankrupt, so that is so that would be there. And we cannot say for sure that for how many months that would continue. In China recently, that has been reported, there was some new cases again. They earlier, like 2 days back, we heard the news that those temporary hospitals that they had established, they were winding them up, but
Yeah.
now again,
Suspending them, yeah.
so this is something which is, that's why it's called novel. It's a new thing, and this and research is being done. So in a country like ours, we cannot expect that we would be the ones who would be inventing that vaccine, but at least we can take the preventive measures and containment of that. Whatever has happened so far, we have already discussed, but what next? I think we can look into different models the different countries have adopted, and then come up with something which is suitable to us. For us, I think it will be very difficult. Like Dr. Saab was saying, in China they have an authoritarian regime where they have it was the lockdown they had, the kind of lockdown they had in such a huge area, and millions of people, they were under lockdown. But that strategy worked for them. In our case, still I think we have those who have traveled from abroad, or they are coming right now, just testing them with that instrument that only
That's not
can
the right approach, that's
that
not
your
the right
temperature
filter.
is up or not, because
You take
as
one
we
aspirin
know
and the
that
plane and you're
if
fine,
somebody
temperature
has
won't
this
be
virus,
okay.
it takes from 2 to 10 days or 14 days to get so all those things taking into consideration. Then very important thing that at least now we can have something like, at least in hospitals, special facilities for that, instead of when they would be mixing up with everybody. So similar is the case with you said about the rural areas. We have the facilities, whatever the few facilities we have discussed, they are available in cities, but what about the villages? And this virus is something which is not going to see if it is it's not something that would be limited to cities only, and once it spreads, and it spreads like wildfire. So these I think with these there is a need that we have. And the good thing today was that I've seen that PMLN, the opposition parties, they have extended the government at least sort of a support that let's come, and this is a good time.
Exactly.
That our differences aside, our weaknesses aside,
This is a
but
common
this
fight,
is
sir. We
a
all need to
human
be
and
together. Absolutely.
national emergency, and let's take it as a national emergency, and come up with a national stance and national strategy, and anticipating what has happened in
You need
other
to forecast, you
countries.
need to understand the magnitude of the problem and then
Magnitude,
take
yes.
appropriate measures, because you need to.
Of course,
There is
if
no
you
other
will not-
choice. Sir, closing comments. Sir.
There is the totalitarian regime in China, and there is this democratic regime in Italy. Have you seen that? Total lockdown, and people are cooperating.
People
And then
should cooperate, it's for their betterment.
And then the third thing is that there is Pakistan and our people. That's totally different. See, I think it's important that the state must look into what kind of support that people would be requiring. Number one, it must look into giving tax rebate. That's very important. It must look into the possibility of that. Number two, it must
Government yesterday increased the anticipated
No,
collection by almost
but it must look
1,500
in these are
billion.
things. Then it must look into the prospect of subsidizing, commodities of basic need, basic use, and last of all, it must look at the prospect of extending financial support to industries and such other places, which
lot,
will
look
and
at
keep
the
them functional,
exports, they are being
so that
disturbed.
so
I
that you
mean-
don't have unmanageable unemployment. in
Absolutely.
this country.
Comments, sir.
The
33
State
seconds.
Bank has extended $5 billion rupees and 3% loan to import ventilators. This is the only facility they have extended. So I mean, they should understand it is I'm quite agree. There should be some kind of relief, economic relief for the business, so that the business should remain in
I'm sure, sir,
sustain
there's,
their activity,
if a lot of
and
countries are
how
taking
to
certain
prevent
measures.
that unemployment, how to prevent the crisis which we are all are anticipating. So it's very important tax, and then the kind of volunteerism we have observed in 2005, we are not seeing it now.
Because that was visible, this is invisible.
Invisible.
That's the
So
problem.
that's the And also people are coming and taking at a town level initiatives. Fortunately, we have not experienced that kind of
I hope we
malaise
don't,
or
but we
I
should better
hope-
be prepared.
I hope.
Sir, closing remarks from you, sir, before we wrap up.
And agreeing to all those mayors, I think one other thing is that there is a need that at the government level there should be some mechanism to have proper authentic information available to the people, like WHO website. I mean, the way the people, you talk to the people, come and go and talk to the people, you would know that people do not know even what it is. And there is so much disinformation that this corona is, it's a biological war. Somebody would be saying
Whatever it
something-
is, you're being
but
affected.
yes,
It's your lungs,
So-
not Trump's
so-
lungs.
so
I
for
must say one thing
containment,
that Zafar Mirzas has been, throughout his press conferences and all that, I think he has provided enough information. It's a different matter that people are not willing to understand, and two, because of the disinformation which is being spread on the mainstream media and social
But
media.
sir, when
that
you-
is the
when-
principal
so
crisis.
sorry, when your advisor to the Prime Minister on health says that you don't need to wear masks, it's everything's fine.
No,
I have
and the
visited
masks
Pairs
are
and
not available in the market.
and everything is fine. There is no mask. Look at the prices. I mean, for God's sake,
And-
these hand sanitizers, I can bet they're not from Switzerland or France, being sold at 2,500 rupees, just liquid with some sort of a spirit in it. God knows, I can also make, I mean, if I have the formula, I'll be a billionaire within
that's-
no time, because this is what is
What
happening.
can you do
This is the
about-
national
what
character,
what can you do
unfortunately.
about this national character?
Nothing, sir.
That's it.
That needs
That
at
is the
least
crisis.
another 100
That is the crisis.
billion light years to talk about this. Anyway, sir, thank you very much. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure, gentlemen,
Pleasure.
having you. Thank you very much. And that's all we have for this hour. I'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Till then, you take good care. Khuda Hafiz. Be safe.